I've had this Pinterest inspiration saved on my mood board for a while now. I've got my fabric and I'm finally ready to go. Hi everyone and welcome to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Kyla, and if you're one of my returning subscribers, thanks so much for stopping by. I finally got it together as far as how I'm going to recreate this Pinterest inspo that I shared earlier this year in one of my posts and recently in one of my shorts. It took me a minute to figure out what type of fabric I wanted, what color, and I decided to go with this blue shirting material. It's 100% cotton, chambray, that I got from Fabric Wholesale Direct. And it washed up really well, and it's nice and cool and lightweight. And then my two patterns that I went with are Simplicity 8296. I'm working with View C, which should give me the look that I'm going for. And then for the pants, Vogue V8 584, this pair here. I just cut a little bit wider, and I think that should give me the look to complete this really sharp street style, really cool laid back look that I found on Pinterest. All right, I've got my fabric pre-washed, I've got it cut and ready to go. Let's get started. This gives you an idea about how much fabric I allotted outside of the pattern that I'm using to get the effect that I want. I give considerable amount to both the sides, the outer and the inseam. About 1.5 inches at the top, and at the bottom of the legs, I added about 5 inches. And once I try it on for my first fitting, then I'll be able to make my adjustments if it's too long, or it might be just as I hoped it would be. This is so much fabric. But I think this is going to give me that maxi skirt look without being a maxi skirt look that I'm going for. I have 2 different shades of blue that pick up both the light and the dark in the fabric. And I'm leaning towards, I don't know. I think the lighter might blend in better as far as the hem and the elastic waistband casing on the pants and on the top. But maybe when it's gathered, it may not really matter. I don't know. We'll see as I go along. I have the crotch stitched in place. I did a reinforcement stitch and then finished off the raw edges with my overlock serger. And then right at the top of the front of the pants and the back, I cut away a little bit of the seam allowance so that when I make my elastic casing, I don't have that bulk in the way when I'm feeding the elastic through. Okay, I've got the full maxi skirt look. Definitely going to have to cut some off. I always forget that patterns are usually, these commercial patterns are for at least 5'7" and taller. And since I'm barely 5'2", I always have to shorten my patterns for pants and skirts and dresses, all of it, unless it's a top. But this is the look I was going for. It's voluminous, like the skirt and the inspiration, or the pants, I should say, the inspiration. And my pockets are in place. Got my little elastic waistband here that I'll need to pull in just a little bit. But they are coming along. I want to show you all just how much of the hem that I had to take off. And it was about a good 3 inches that I removed. But now it's already folded and creased in place from me pressing it. And I can just go about finishing off the bottom. Okay, the pants are done. Oh, yes, yes, and yes. Oh, these are going to look so nice when I pair with the top. I can't wait. I have my 2 side darts in place. And then I need to take the front facing, or the front band, attach that to the other side, to the wrong side, stitch that, and then that forms like a flat band in the front. So there won't be elastic all the way around the top, which I kind of like. It'll just be on the shoulders and running around the back. I've got the front and back piece pinned together, and I pinned from the armpit all the way down to the point of where I'm going to stop the stitch because the side is open a little bit. I've got my hem marked off here for about 4.5 inches so that I can get a 4-inch deep hem. And I'll repeat that for the back as well. Then I can move on to attaching the sleeves. right, I've got both sleeves stitched in place. I've got the raw edges finished off, my casings at the bottom, and I fed a 1/4 inch wide elastic through each one. I just need to close those off, and then I can attach them to the bodice. All right, I'm in the home stretch. I just need to finish off. I'll stitch in the ditch for the front part of the top and then make my casing around the sleeves, all the way around the back. And here you can see I've already pressed it in place. And then I'll secure both ends right before the front facing piece starts, right at those seams there. And here's a look at how I finished off the sleeves on the inside. Honestly, the most work that I put into this was trying to figure out just how much I wanted to allot for extra length to make that deep hem, and then also adding to the width of the pant legs and a little bit to the tunic. Cutting the tunic in the size 18 was really helpful to give me that extra volume without having to do too much to it. I already had the elastic, I already had the interfacing, and I already had the thread. So that came together so quickly enough that I should be able to still wear it in this summer-like weather that's hanging on. I know that fall starts in a couple of days, but it's still around 80 degrees here, and it's a nice 80 degrees. This is the type of 80s we can have all summer here in Michigan, to be honest. Little to no humidity. It's perfect. Well, that's it for today's video. Thanks so much for stopping by, and I've got another Pinterest inspo video coming up later this fall from a source that you probably would never expect, but it's going to be really sharp when it comes together. So stay tuned for that one. I'll see you all in the next video. Bye everyone, and take care.